Lowe's, a great fourth place for him. Fabio Di Giannantonio has taken fifth back from Augusto Fernandez right at the death. But delight underway in the British Grand Prix in Moto2, and it's a good start from pole position from Marco Bezzecchi. A bit of a wheelie from Sam Lowe's, but it's not a big run down to the line, and he gets the inside line. Jorge Navarro, look at him, and look out for Remy Gardner also coming through there, heading down towards Maggots for the first time, and Lowe's has picked up a position. He's picked up second place from Navarro, so it's Bezzecchi leading from Sam Lowe's in second place. Sam's gone round the outside of Bezzecchi, and Lowe's takes charge of the British Grand Prix in the opening few corners, and he did it with a stunning move into the Hanger Straight. Lowe's leads now from Bezzecchi. Navarro is second, and Gardner attacking him for third.
Neil told us Sam said he wasn't going to leave anything out there in the British GP. Lap one, he means business.
Into Stowe though, Bezzecchi fights straight back. Will he run it a little bit wide? He's going to, and Lowe's is going to get the line again through Stowe, down the little dip they drop towards the Vale chicane. Again, Bezzecchi thinks about the inside, but Lowe's this time has him covered. It didn't work out for him in warm-up through there, but this time he's safely through. The championship leader, Remy Gardner, has a couple of moments through the chicane. His rear end is squirming around Club Corner, and he's lost fourth place now to his teammate Raul Fernandez, ahead of Fabio Di Giannantonio. So, into Abbey, and it is Sam Lowe's leading from Bezzecchi under pressure from Jorge Navarro now.
Watching Digi there, he done well not to collect Remy Gardner into the club chicane, but Digi now attacking Remy again. So Digi's feeling good here on lap one, but the two Akio KTMs, they're stuck here together, but they're in touch with the lead three.
Yeah, it hasn't gone all their own way. We talked about how much they dominated on that run of races between Le Mans and over to Assen, 1 and 2s all the way through for them. But on this occasion, they're battling for fourth place. Gardner right in the slipstream of his teammate Raul Fernandez. Is he going to attack on the inside? No, not this time. He takes a tight line, but it's really more than anything holding off Fabio Di Giannantonio. So around they come, Luffield Corner in front of the huge grandstands here at the British Grand Prix, and just listen to the crowd roar as Sam Lowe's crosses the line in first place at the end of the first lap. Still 17 to go, but Lowe's exactly where he would want to be.
That's how he planned to start it. He's done well to keep Bezzecchi at bay. Bearing in mind that Bezzecchi's got that soft rear tyre, so it will provide that extra grip in these early laps.
And Remy Gardner's come through at Cops Corner on Raul Fernandez. So Gardner, who also has shown pace this weekend, he's up into fourth place in behind Jorge Navarro as it starts to, I was going to say, settle down a little bit as Fabio Di Giannantonio looked on the inside of Raul Fernandez, around into Chapel Corner and onto the Hanger Straight.
Yeah, sometimes we see it difficult for the guys to get the tyres up to temperature straight away. On a cool track here today, it looks like the top 7, top 8, they're all in touch. Aaron Cannett's back there in 8th, but he's got the speed.
Here comes Gardner into Stoke Corner, and Di Giannantonio onto Fernandez. So Gardner to third, Digi to fifth place. He runs it off track though. Di Giannantonio, he's taken onto the outside of the track in the green. A couple more of them and he'll be getting a warning from race direction. They may even give him one for that, because in the process of making the move, he ran it outside track limit, so he may be told to drop a position, but he has got through on the track in front of Raul Fernandez and into fifth.
Yeah, perhaps he will get that lose one position signal on his dashboard, but yeah, if not, it will be one mark towards that 5 they're allowed before they get the long lap penalty.
In the early stage of the race, you just saw the rear stepping out there on Remy Gardner through Farm Corner. We've seen so many people go down there this weekend, but the rear sliding and leaving a big black line on the track from the Australian, even on these early laps in this 18-lap Moto2 race.
Yeah, Remy's not scared of rear wheel steering it, so he does like to put the throttle down, really steer that bike to the rear as Bezzecchi sets up the move on Sam.
Bezzecchi into Brooklands, he was lining that one all the way up from the loop. Sam tried to do the cutback on him, but Bezzecchi did well, got his bike stuck right in the middle of the track and no way back from Sam Lowe's. But this is what Bezzecchi needs to do at this stage of the race. Sam needs to get him working that rear tyre as much as he can so that he has the edge in the latter stages. He'd love to be in front of him, but if he's in behind him, Lowe's just has to try and stick with the Italian.
Yeah, that move was set up running through entry there. It's a third gear corner, and whenever you've got that extra grip, you can build that momentum onto the straight. A little bit of draft, and then he pulled out. Nice clean move down into Brooklyn. So Bezzecchi trying to make hay while the sun shines here. Make use of that soft tyre while he's got the extra grip over his rivals.
Remy Gardner is the fastest rider on circuit at the moment at 2:04.7 from him. I don't think Lowe's will hit the panic button just yet with the two fast riders around him. Lowe's builds into a race and has shown over recent weeks, in fact throughout the whole season, late on he has decent pace. Bezzecchi has been known to fade, even though that used to be one of his strong suits. Jorge Navarro there in fourth spot. Whereas Bezzecchi's gone with a soft rear tyre, Navarro's gone with a soft front tyre. He seems to be able to make that work on board that speed up, but maybe that will tell its own tale in the latter stages of this one.
Yeah, it seems to be that's made a breakthrough for him. He really struggled with the confidence in the front end of that machine all season. He really couldn't find a setting that worked for him. Dunlop brought that new option rear tyre, the softest front Moto2 tyre they've used this year, and all of a sudden Navarro's been on the pace right from free practice one.
So front seven breaking away slightly, the usual suspects I would say in Moto2. Perhaps Navarro, and of course Digi's a race winner this year and will move up to MotoGP next year, but some familiar names. The other five are the ones that we would expect to be around there, including the winner last time we came here to Silverstone for the British Grand Prix back in 2019, Augusto Fernandez, Sam Lowe's teammate, rounding out that front seven.
Yeah, it's a fast group actually. It's a brand new best race lap for Moto2 from Remy Gardner, a 2:04.7. We did see a 2:03.9 in qualifying, so there's a little bit left out there, but a low 2:04 in race conditions would be superbly fast. Bezzecchi's gone deep there.
Really, really deep, cuts back across. Just, he's not really a swooping line though, that one. That was one where he just gone a little bit further than he'd like on his braking marker. On board with Remy Gardner. Fifth gear as they come through Woodcut corner and powering it down the home straight. He's strong through here, Gardner lets the rear step out on him, but when he finds grip he can fire it down that home straight. Third lap completed, Gardner in third. He'll be happy with this one because in terms of his title rivals, Bezzecchi's out there in front, but in the championship itself, he's 47 points down on the Aussie.
Sam fast through Brooklands, or through Maggots into Beckett's there, but listening to that 765 sing through Woodcut there, you could hear Remy never rolled out of the throttle, 100% commitment, a bit of rear spin through there, helps him steer the bike, and that medium rear tyre, it will take that abuse, so that's where Bezzecchi has to be a little bit more gentle, so you can see Sam and Remy being a little bit more aggressive, a bit more wheel spin.
It's going to be intriguing to see how it pans out. Lorenzo Baldassarri's come back in, problem for the MV Agusta. He's also still nursing a few injuries, Balda, but it's not quite working this year for Ian Balda. Once a MotoGP prospect, now his career is looking on the wane a little bit. Not what we like to see at all, because there's bagfuls of talent in Balda.
So this has turned into pretty much a 7-bike group. I thought Aaron Canuck could hang with them today. He did set the fastest lap throughout free practice with a 2:04.1, but on the race conditions here, it's not quite working for him. He's dropped away from that group and he's battling with Xavi Vierge.
Different approaches through farm and up towards village, and you can see it's going to cost Sam Lowe's on this occasion. Ran it a little bit deep, meant it compromised his entry into the village corner and into the loop. Remy Gardner is able to take over from Sam Lowe's in second place. So Lowe, he's doing everything to try and hope that that isn't the case, because he's just set a new best lap of the race. Then he was beaten by Jorge Navarro, but he was a tenth quicker than Gardner on that penultimate lap. It's the last go around through Maggots and Beckett's, then up towards Chapel, around the right hand and then into the left of Chapel and onto the hanger straight for the final time. Bezzecchi's looked strong down to straw on every lap. Has he got something in stow on this occasion?
I don't think he's close enough. He was just a little bit too far back through sector 1. Usually he'd be already on the back wheel, so this overtaking into here isn't possible. Maybe into the Vale chicane. We did see him try it earlier with a good acceleration out of Stowe, but I don't know if he's close enough.
I don't think he's close enough on this occasion, Michael, as Gardner has it covered. Where can he conjure up a move? We know this is a sector now where Gardner will let it all hang out, hang loose. The surf kid from New South Wales, Remy Gardner, through Club Corner now. Down the international pit straight, he's so strong through here, he's not going to give Bezzecchi a chance, surely, on this last lap.
You can see a wiggle from Bezzecchi. He was trying to wind on the throttle a little bit too early, a bit of a spin up and pump and move as Remy rear wheel steers it round farm for one last time.
So does Bezzecchi, pushing so hard, doing everything he can, but Gardner appears to have it covered. We come into the final sector of this race now, through the loop, into the little Aintree corner, up a gear he goes, then up through the box. all the way into 6th gear, down the Wellington Straight, into Brooklands for the final time. Can Remy Gardner win his 4th race of the season, his 5th race ever in Moto2? Can he emulate his father Wayne and go on and take victory in this race? Will he go on and become world champion? The way he has performed today suggests that he is on his way to take his maiden victory in this championship. He comes around Woodcote for the final time. Remy Gardner wins the British Grand Prix from Marco Bezzecchi in 2nd place. Jorge Navarro takes 3rd. Sam Lowe's a great 4th place for him. Fabio Di Giannantonio has taken 5th back from Augusto Fernandez right at the death. But delight at one side of the IO garage, despair in the other for Raul Fernandez. Remy Gardner has won the British Grand Prix, and in doing so, he's extended his championship lead to 44 points.